it's Emily, and today I'm here to bring you my reading plans for 2020, and I guess this is also basically my goals video for the year as well. So my main goal every year is my Goodreads reading goal, and that is this year I'm doing 90 books. Last year my goal was 95, and I got to 100, so I think 90 is a good realistic goal. It won't stress me out. And of those 90 books, I'm going to be reading 48 of them from a set of lists that I've started, and I actually started these lists in late 2018. So in late 2018, I came up with 5 categories that I wanted to read from. And that was my books that I own that I haven't read, the books that I added to my TBR in 2014 that I haven't read, the 20 longest books on my TBR, all the books that I want to reread, that I have a list of books I want to reread, and then finally Willa Cather's 12 novels or novellas. So obviously in 2019 I finished the Willa Cather. So now I'm down to 4 lists. So the 4 lists at the end of 2019 added up to 96 books, and if you divide that into 2, reading them over 2 years, that's 48 books. And that actually worked out great because that's 4 books a month, and that's what I was shooting for my list last year as well, to read 4 books out off of these lists every month. So it worked out really perfectly. Of course, now by the time I'm filming this, I've added a book to my read list, so it's up to 97, but I'm still going to stick to the 48 books because 4 books this month seems manageable. So yeah, so that's my main goal, is the 90 books for Goodreads, and then my 48 books from my 4 different lists. I'm also participating in a couple of reading projects, I guess. So I always participate in March Mystery Madness, and I help host it. Then I also participate in Nonfiction November. Those are my 2 main booktube events that I participate in. I have several classics on my want to read list. I want to reread Wuthering Heights sometime, so if I do that, I might do it in October for October. I want to reread all of Jane Austen's works except Pride and Prejudice because I've reread that one multiple times. So I could do Jane Austen June, Jane Austen July, and Austen August. So maybe I'll have a summer of reading Jane Austen books all summer. We'll see. And then I was thinking about doing a Christmas in July project where I read Christmas books because I feel like I never get around to all the ones I want to read in December. And also, a lot of times they're checked out from the library in December, and I could also do movies too, like a book reading and movie watching Christmas extravaganza in July. But in July of this year, in 2020, I'm going to the Philippines for my brother's wedding, and that is going to take up the last 2 weeks of July. So I'm probably not going to be reading as much in July as what I'm saying. So I might do it in June. And actually, I did search on YouTube and find there's some booktubers, they're not famous booktubers or anything, that had a Christmas in July readathon last year. So I might check closer to the time and see if they're doing it again this year. So I don't know if I'm actually going to do that. And because I'm going to the Philippines, I actually would like to read some more Filipino literature. I've never read any Filipino literature, so I'd like to do that this year. I just a preliminary Google or Goodreads search, and I didn't really come up with anything that looked that good. So I'm going to ask my sister-in-law if she has any recommendations, but she's not a big reader, so I don't know if she'll have very many recommendations. But I'm still going to ask her. And let me check my list. And also, I also am participating in the Lord of the Rings read-along that's being hosted by Krista from Books and Jams, and I'll link that down there. We're starting with The Hobbit in January this month, and then we're doing Return of the King, Fellowship of the Ring, 2 Towers, and then Return of the King over the course of the first few months of 2019. And then I also, in January, am participating in S.H. Reads 2020, which is hosted by Winks from Winks and Ink. And actually, she posted a bingo card on Instagram in late November or so, but she hasn't posted any video updates about it, so I don't know if she's actually still doing it. She might have gotten kind of busy. I know she's planning her wedding, but I'm still reading a Sherlock Holmes related book in January because this is like my 4th year to participate in SH Read, so even if it's not official, I'm still going to participate. And what else? That looks like it's it. That's it. I don't do too many reading goals in the year. I like to keep it pretty simple because reading is something I do for fun. Yeah, so this month I'm planning to read 9 books, and so 5 of those are from not my list, and then 4 of them are from my list. The 4 from my list that I'm planning to read, I'm gonna do Pioneer Girl by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and then it's got an editor. Her first name's Pamela. I can't think of her name. I'll put it right here. And then I'm also reading The Hobbit. It's on my reread list. And then I haven't picked out my other 2 because I'm just going to go with the flow. I sort of want to read the Sujata Moonstone because I really loved the Widows of Malapart Hill. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm still deciding. But yeah, every month I'm going to read 4 books from my list. If you're interested, I have a Goodreads shelf on my Goodreads called Multi-Year Plan, or maybe it's Multi-Year List. I can't remember. But I'll link that. My Goodreads is always linked down there if you're interested. And you can just look at it if you want to see all the books I'm reading. Sorry, my cat is being really naughty, like trying to bite me. Why are you being a mean girl? So anyway, why are you being a mean girl? So anyway, yeah. So that's all I'm doing in 2020, and I'm looking forward to the rest of having a good reading year. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!